Case Western Reserve University School of Medicine in Cleveland, Ohio. This is the All Access Med School Admissions Podcast. Hello again, everybody. I'm your host, Christian Essman, and I'm the Senior Director of Admissions and Financial Aid here at Case. Great to be with you again. Here's a relatively brief episode for you to share some important updates. So, first off, if you're eager to learn more about our MD programs at Case, get ready to mark your calendars. We're hosting 2 upcoming information sessions where you can connect with us and maybe get some of your burning questions answered. The first information session is just about Case, and it will be taking place on Wednesday, May 14th at 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll be diving into our curricula, our 3 different MD programs, and some of the things that makes our program unique. The second information session is for those that are planning to apply this year. We're doing a session on Wednesday, May 21st at 4 p.m. Eastern to share with you some last-minute advice and insight before you can click submit. To register for one or both of these sessions, you'll find a link in this episode description that'll take you to our admissions site where you'll get all the information and registration links there. Okay, now for some important information for all of you planning to apply for the 2025-2026 academic year. The American Medical College Application Service, also known as AMCAS, is officially open. That's right, you can now start filling out your applications, in case you didn't know that. So while you can begin working on your application right now, the first day you can actually click submit is on May 27th. So, take this time to wisely craft those essays and gather all your materials and get those transcripts sent to Washington, D.C., but don't rush this part of the process. If you're not ready to hit submit on May 27th, that's not a tragedy. All right, I'm going to repeat that again. If you're not ready to hit submit on May 27th, that's not a tragedy. If it's the 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, 32nd, 33rd, it's not a tragedy. It does get to be a little precarious if you start to wait till the fall to click submit for your application. But if you're getting it submitted June, July, even early part of August, I think you're in an okay area. All right. Speaking of crafting your application, here are a few high-level, brief, but I think helpful tips to keep in mind. Firstly, tell your story authentically. Don't just list your achievements and experiences. Weave them into a narrative that showcases your passion for medicine, perhaps your resilience, and what is truly driving you, right? Admissions committees want to understand who you are beyond the numbers. I've heard this. I've been at conferences basically the month of April, and I heard this repeatedly from different admissions people. We want to hear who you are. Secondly, seek feedback and early and often. Share your personal statement and other essays with trusted mentors, advisors, or even friends who have strong writing skills. You don't have to send it to, have 20 people look at it, but maybe a couple, trusted friends or trusted people to look things over. Because why? Fresh eyes can catch things that you might have overlooked or provide some invaluable perspectives or point something out to you that you're overlooking, that you didn't share about your life or your experiences, that you've just kind of taken for granted or you've just, overlooked that. So keep that in mind. Here's a couple more things to think about. Thirdly, understand the why behind your experiences. When you're describing your activities, whether it's research, volunteering, or clinical work, go beyond simply stating what you did. Try to delve into the why you chose to participate, what you learned from the experience, how it may have challenged you, how you may have grown from it, how it might have shaped your understanding of medicine or your desire to become a physician. Connecting your experiences to your motivations and your growth, it adds significant depth to your application. Also, know that not every experience you share with us has to be related to medicine. So be sure to include those things like your work history and even your hobbies and interests. Finally, pay meticulous attention to detail. This might sound obvious, but the importance of proofreading every aspect of your application cannot be overstated. Errors in grammar, spelling, or even inconsistencies in dates can leave a negative impression, right? It might come across as looking a little sloppy. So take the time to carefully review everything. And ideally, have someone else proofread it, like I mentioned before. This demonstrates your commitment to thoroughness and your respect for the application process. So remember, this is an exciting journey. It's a long journey. The application process is a long application process, but we're here to support you and we're trying to help you do this right. Well, that's all for this update. I'll be back really soon with some more shows. I'm working on a few things right now. Until then, listen, keep working hard, stay focused on your goals. Take care.